Paul Grayson, start of a new season. It's the second day against Northampton. Essex piling on the runs, doing well.
Yeah, we've had a good couple of days so far. Started well yesterday, really pleased with that. Managed to bowl Northampton out for 280. And at the present time we're 276 for 2, with Bapara's 100 not out and Gallian, so we've had a good 2 days.
Gallian, a century on debut, proven to be a good signing already.
Yeah, well, Gal's an experienced campaigner, and he's 36 now, but we just needed somebody at the top of the order with his experience and knowledge and opening the batting as he has. And it's great that he's got a 100 on debut. He's fit in really well, as of all the signings, so I'm really delighted for him. Just
sum up the signings you did make over the winter: Gallian, Masters, and Wright. Are you pleased with them? But did you want more?
No, we targeted these three players about June, July last year, to be honest, and we got them quite early. We'd probably like to get one more player in, but the person we were after is still under contract, so we're not really obliged to try and sign that player. But the three guys are fitting in straight away. We had a good time in Dubai where we had good team bonding, and the three good characters and really three good cricketers as well, so absolutely delighted how they've fitted in so far.
There's always talk about potential in the Essex squad and talent in the Essex squad. It's not materialised into promotion in the last few years. What's going to be different this season?
Well, I think there's a determination around the place at the moment, particularly in the Championship. We feel that we've underachieved in 4-day cricket in the last 3 or 4 years, and I know the players are determined to get promoted. Greatest respects to the counties like Derbyshire and Gloucestershire and Leicestershire. Next year the lads want to play against Lancashire and Surrey and Yorkshire and go to these top grounds and play against the best sides. So there's a real determination in the squad at the moment. There's a good feel factor, and for me, we've got a fit squad at the moment, and we had to leave 3 or 4, well, more than 3 or 4 good cricketers out of this side this match. So 1 or 2 disappointed faces, but they know they have to go back to the second team and produce match-winning performances. Whether the bowlers, they've got to get 4 or 5 wicket hauls, 6 wickets, and as batsmen they need to make big hundreds to force their way back into the team.
There's a change in the coach. Obviously you came in towards the end of last season, but there's also a new bowling coach and a relatively new fitness coach as well. So just explain what's gone on over the winter.
Yeah, and Trent Hackins, our strength and conditioning coach, I think he identified at the back end of last summer that some of the players weren't fit as they should have been, and he started training with the players in October, 3 or 4 sessions a week. All the players have bought into that. When we finished last September, myself and the captain identified, we said, look, let's try and come back and be the fittest we've ever been. And to be fair, the players have been superb. Some of the guys have forfeited the winters to train hard. They don't get paid in the winter, but I think we're getting the rewards for that, because this time last year we were picking a seam attack from about 4 or 5 fit bowlers. This year we could have picked 3 from 10 really. So that's great for us as a management, and obviously Graham Welsh has joined us as our bowling coach. Played lots of cricket against Graham over the years. Very skillful performer when he played, and he's got lots of experience. So Graham's a real character, very old school the way he performs and the way he works with players, but we're delighted how he's fitted in, and he's built up a really good relationship with our younger bowlers and our senior bowlers as well.
Friends Provident starts at the weekend. Kent, what are your hopes and expectations in that competition?
Well, it's a trophy we want to win. It's a tough game, first game down at Kent. They're a very strong side, particularly one-day cricket. I think they won the 2020 last year. Lots of one-day specialists, Azam Mahmood, Justin Kemp. I'm not sure whether he'll be playing on Sunday, but they're a strong outfit. But we're playing well. We feel confident. We had some good one-day performance in Dubai. We improved the longer the tour went on. And there's a good feel factor. The lads feel confident we can go down and win the match.
With Essex this season in one-day cricket as opposed to championship cricket, is it going to be a different side, a different players concentrating on the one-day form of the game? We do have more one-day players, yeah, certainly, than possibly a few more that identify that play championship cricket. But I'm a big believer that all professional cricketers should be able to play both one-day cricket and championship. We may get to a stage where we have that luxury of resting 1 or 2 players and be able to rotate the squad.
I know one or two won't enjoy that, but if we've got a lot of fit bodies around the place, then we'd be fools not to use that system.
And in terms of fitness, you say you've got a new strength and conditioning coach in. That's a massive factor in one-day cricket, isn't it?
It is. I think everybody's benefited from Trent being on board. I think all the counties, the ECB have donated S&C coaches to all counties and have funded that, which I think is going to help all counties on the circuit. There's certainly more emphasis on fitness now these days, flexibility, and everybody knows fielding these days is such a massive part of the game in one-day cricket. And we sit here with everybody fit on our staff, and I just hope that remains for the next 4 or 5 months.
Do you feel you owe yourselves one in this competition after what happened last year?
Well, we got to the semis last year and lost a close game up at Durham, a really low-scoring match, which could have gone either way. But I think in one-day cricket we slightly underachieved last year, in the Pro 40 as well. But Championship went quite well, but one-day cricket has been our strength, and the players know their roles in the side and what's worked well for them the last few years. So we're hoping for a good start. In all the competitions, you've got to get a good start, particularly in the Championship. But we're looking to win 2 or 3 competitions this year. Why not?
Do the players take particular pride in their one-day cricket because they didn't? Obviously, you went down in the Pro 40 League last year, but having won the tournament 2 years in succession before that, presumably that was a big disappointment.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think the biggest thing about that, when you lose the likes of Darren Gough, Ronnie Irani and Andy Flower, those guys, as terrific players they are, bring massive experience to our one-day side. So, I don't think we missed them so much in Championship, but in a one-day scenario, setting scores, chasing down scores, Goffey ball well up front with a new ball, generally got a couple of wickets, and Ronnie and Andy were superb players as well. So I think we missed their experience in one-day cricket, where this year, the guys were hurt last year by the Pro 40 performances. We were relegated after winning it 2 years. But sometimes it's not a bad thing, we're back in the second division with a young side, and I firmly believe that it's going to be our year to get back up again.
Just finally getting back to the Friends Provident, how important is it to start the groups with a victory? Well,
it's back to the old zonal groups again, so we've got a tough group, like Surrey and Middlesex and Kent, get a good start. Gives you that bit of confidence which we need, like any side, but particularly with those with quite a young side. But the players feel really confident, and you've got a good idea how they want to go about their one-day cricket this year.
Are you squad for Sunday?
Yeah, we're taking 13 down to Canterbury on Saturday night, and that will be Patini, Gallian, Bopara, Flower, Tendescarter, Foster, Middlebrook, Phillips, Napier, Masters, Wright and Nell. That's the 13.
Quite interesting because you've got Grant Flower back in there, Tim Phillips in there as well, so a lot of spin.
Yeah, I mean Grant probably more for his batting really. You need experience in that format, and Grant will probably bat 4 or 5 on Sunday. Tim Phillips, obviously, I like us to play 2 spinners, as the captain would like to as well, so Tim will probably fit back into that side. And Graham Napier's been in good form during pre-season, so Graham will probably feature as well.